hey, here's a novel idea. And this is something that I practiced. Boy, hold on. Okay, let's start this video over again. Actually, I'm just going to hang it back up. So, this video is entitled Go No Contact for Others. And the reason is, I want to give you something that happened to me that I think might help. So, my daughter started working at a fast food restaurant, which she wanted to do, which I thought was great. She's 17 and she wanted to get some extra money for gas money and everything so she could go and hang out with her friends and do things. And so she just started this job, and she worked the first day there at this fast food chain. It's Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A is like a really good organization for training and for values and things like that. So she was all excited about it. And her mom, my ex, plays tennis with the owners of the company, with the woman that is wife to the owner of the company. They both own the company. So anyway, my daughter, about 2 weeks ago, applied to the job, and it's a fast food job. You know, it's not too incredibly complicated, or they look for high school juniors and seniors, and my daughter, who's 17, fit the bill, and so they liked her, and she liked them, and so she got on board with them about a week ago, week and a half ago. So now my daughter is spending a couple weeks with me. The way my ex and our hearing worked out, she spends 2 weeks with me, and then she spends 2 weeks with her mom. So it was her turn to stay with me for a couple weeks during the summer. And so we've been talking a lot, staying up late, chatting, doing different things, asking them about, she was talking candidly about some of the divorce stuff, but she said, "Dad, I start my job, tomorrow," which at the time was tomorrow. And she says, if you want to come up between 4 and 6, or between 4 and 5, that'd be cool. I'd really like to see you. And she was all excited for me to come up and go to her job and see her at work. This is my baby girl. She's never had a real job. Of course, she's babysat and done all these other things, but she was proud of herself for applying to a few different places and going up there and getting the job at Chick-fil-A. And she was even telling me about her uniform. She was telling me about the training she had the day before. And so anyway, so I kind of make a mental note, 4 to 5. And what was cool was I got out of work early. There were some things that went on, and I was able to leave early. So I said, well, this is great. So I left about 3:30. It takes me a half hour to drive home. Anyways, and the other thing too, let me give a little backstory, is my ex who had that 2 weeks to herself, my daughter would say, Mom's gonna go out of town her friend has a lake house, and so her girlfriend, so she was spending time with her married girlfriend who has a lake house, and she says, yeah, Mom's gonna be out of town, I think, that week. She told me, I didn't ask her. Again, you don't really need to know about your ex. You don't need to know. It's really none of your business. It's just gonna make you think about them more, and that's the last thing in the world you want to do, right? So she said something about that, just in conversation. So again, I wasn't trying to extract information out of her. It was just something that came up because it is her mom, and if you do have kids with a narc, they are going to talk about their other, and you just you'll learn after a time to just kind of not really react or not really be negative, like not be rude where you're not, providing any type of response from them, but you'll learn to react where you learn to respond where you just smile and nod your head and oh, well, that's great, honey, oh, is that what she's doing? Oh, okay, that's the response to like, oh, okay, good, great, but part of me wants to be able to dig at my ex, but I don't. Around my children, I don't do any digs around my ex, okay? Here, I can do it all the time, right? I feel like I'm looking at this way. Here, let me look here. So anyways, so I'm going back to this story. My daughter's got this job at Chick-fil-A. She's been there for a couple days. She's very proud of it. She's got her uniform on. She's got a little hair thing or whatever tied back, and so she says, Dad, I want you to come in tomorrow between 4 and 5. She says, it's slow. I get a little bit of time off. And my ex-wife is going to be at the lake house, her friend's lake house. So I'm like, there's no way in heck she's going to be there. That was the last thing from my mind. My ex is going to be out of town, so I'm going to be able to go there and hang out with my daughter or whatever. So anyways, I drive up there, and my daughter has her own car. That's why she's doing the job. She's getting gas money. So I drive into the parking lot, and I see my ex's car, and my first reaction isn't like it used to be, which was solar plexus tight, go to maximum alert, just have this sinking feeling. And my first thought was, oh, well, she must have traded cars with my daughter, because my ex has a lot of miles on her car, and so she must have traded cars and the lake house is 2 hours away, so she probably took my daughter's car. My daughter's got a new car, so I thought, well, that's kind of rude, driving her daughter's car, putting all the miles on it. Hey guys. So anyways, so I pull in the parking lot. I see my ex's car. I don't think much about it. I just think, it's kind of rude. She took her daughter. She probably traded cars with my daughter, unless she rode with her friend to the lake house in her friend's car. Anyways, backstory. I get out of the car. I walk up to the entrance of Chick-fil-A, and out of the corner of my eye, I look, and somebody's looking at me, and it was my ex. I was like, and then as soon as I made eye contact with her, she looked away. It was the weirdest thing. And so I pull out my cell phone and act like I get a phone call, right? Or like something's just, I got to take this call. I don't even go in the restaurant. I go to the side of the door where she can't see me. I pull out my phone. I make like I'm talking to, well, here's my stop. I make like I'm talking to somebody on the phone, because I wanted to avoid, because I didn't want to go inside. And here's the thing, I didn't want to go inside my daughter's second day on the job. She's very proud of it. And now both of her parents come in who aren't, amicable, right? I didn't know what would happen. Not from my standpoint, but it would just create unnecessary tension in the environment of my daughter. So not only did I go no contact for myself, but I went no contact for my daughter as well, because realize there's people around you, there's loved ones around you. They don't want to hear about your ex anymore. If anything, this is my point today is if anything, go no contact for them. Give them some sanity, give them some peace of mind knowing that you're okay. And give your kids a peace of mind too. Now, your kids might not understand, because the kids want to see their parents together. A lot of kids do, right? So, but I don't think they want to see them together fighting. And, as an empath, as a codependent, I'm not necessarily going to fight my ex, but you know how these people are. The slightest jab, and I've come so far. Why ruin it over a few moments at Chick-fil-A? Now, most likely it probably would have gone fine. My ex seems to do better in public with people around her. Now at the bank, with nobody else around that we know, she'll go off and she'll be loud, and that's already happened, okay? But with people around, and I noticed that she was either with her friend or she had some children of some of the friends, some of the moms that she knows. So they weren't necessarily her flying monkeys. These were younger kids, sort of 10 or 11, 12. But the point is, my point is, just to avoid anything, I just went no contact. I pulled out my phone. I pretended like I was on my phone, and then I turned around and I went back to my car. I've got a laptop. I opened up my laptop, just hit a few keys just to make it look good, like I had to go and check my laptop or something. So anyways, so then I drive off, and then I come back an hour later and see my daughter then. But I don't get to really see her because she's like at work, and she's like, she doesn't want to, she pretends like she doesn't even know me. I go up to the counter to see her, and I want to say, hey, and she's like looking at me. She's got like 4 people around her, surrounding her, behind her, and they're watching her. Well, later on I found out there's like some new people that are being trained, and they're watching my daughter. So all eyes are on my daughter. I walk up, my daughter's like this, she's like, and I said, hey, and she's like, hey sir, what can I get you? And I'm like, welcome to Chick-fil-A, what can I get you? And I was like, and I'd already eaten. I was like, I'll have an iced tea. So it was kind of funny that my daughter just treated me like I'm like, here's the thing, I'm so sensitive, right? We all get sensitive. So I'm thinking she probably had a grand old time with her mom when her mom was in earlier, chatting away, talking, whatever. So anyways, I don't get to see my daughter. Well, I get to see her, but I go sit down my iced tea. She never comes around, but that's okay, right? Because one thing I will tell you is that I'm back to the point now, but for a while, the empath is always, or the narc is always on my mind, and I'm always thinking, I'm giving her more power than she deserves. I'm giving her more influence over my life. So I'm adapting to these imaginary things that she's going to do, because I'm still off balance. I don't know what power she does have and what she doesn't have, because I've been in this fog for so long. So anyways, a couple days later, I take my daughter to church. We go to church. We're driving in the car, and something comes up about Chick-fil-A, and she said, I said, hey, I never got a chance to really talk to you in Chick-fil-A. I said, I was going to say hey, hi to you and maybe sit down with you for a little bit. And she says, oh yeah. She said, well, mom was there earlier, and she came earlier, and she says, Dad, I saw you out there with the phone, and you must have got a phone call or something, because I saw you walk up. And she says, Dad, I said to Mom, I said, oh look, here's Dad, because I guess she was sitting at the table with her at the time. I didn't know. So I said, well, honey, I said, it's your second day on the job, and I thought it might be uncomfortable for you if both your mom and I were in there. So that's why I did that. And she thanked me, she's like, well, Dad, I really appreciate that, So, title of this video, Go No Contact for Others. Ta-da! That's the video. So, anyways, okay, so people aren't getting very good reception. I've got a strong signal. Yeah, I hate it when that happens with the signal. So, anyways, that's my lesson for today. I'm going to focus on driving. I hope you guys are staying no contact. I hope you're learning a lot. I hope you're going on at least commenting on one other person's, people that are new in the group, that are putting their story out there. I hope you're at least giving them a like, or giving them some type of empathetic remark or comment on their post. There's new people that come into this group. We get quite a few every day, at least 30 or 40 people a day that come into the group. So some of them are just observant, but how you guys act on that group, you're constantly being observed by them. Just keep that in mind, okay? And if you can help some other people out today, man, you'll feel better about yourself, right? And you might strike up a conversation. There might be 2 or 3 comments, but there's people hurting out there. So go to the website, or go to the Facebook site, and if you haven't done it yet, and you've been thinking about it, now's the day to do it. All right, guys, we love you. Talk to you later. Bye.